Hi everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Awakened. I'm your host Alison.
G'day everyone, Jason here.
Welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about a topic of our perception of what is actually going on behind the scenes and versus pretty much what's happening here in the physical reality.
Yeah, just basic stuff.
It pretty much is basic stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of. So pretty much, I guess it could be, you could say the basic side of it is like what's happening here consciously and what happens on a subconscious level, which we don't really get to see.
No, so we're sitting in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is dandy.
Mm-hmm.
Talking in some microphones.
Mm-hmm.
Looking interesting. The energy behind what's going on, it's a whole different realm, a whole different game. It's like when you, let's say, everything's normal here, then you go to bed and go to sleep and have these crazy dreams.
Yeah.
That's another level where things are playing out very differently than here, because there's a lot of talk, and my perception is that this is a big an illusion game or place, because, for us personally, our reality on the surface is fantastic, but all the other games which are playing out behind that is a completely different story. And we've had a lot of interesting stuff play out because we're intuitive and that type of stuff. We have a different level of seeing and feeling, just like all the stories with like the spiders and the galactic arena and stuff like that, which you can't physically see per se.
No.
But it's all around. We're just discussing a little bit about that. So what's your thoughts on your perception of
the difference? My perception is similar to yours, that everything may seem peachy keen in the physical, blue skies, where, sun is shining. We've gone for a drive, everything is beautiful, everything is great. But what is actually going on behind the scenes? And when we say behind the scenes, it's like saying what is happening on a different level. Yeah,
the energetic realms or the different frequencies or dimensions, whatever you would like to call it.
I guess a good example to share with everyone is like physically, you've had a conversation with someone, they've kind of irritated you, but you don't show it. But you you got a smile on your face and everything along those lines. But mentally, which is the energetic realm in a way, on a mental level or a subconscious level, you're annoyed, really. But you don't really, maybe sometimes you might not know that you're annoyed, but sometimes you actually don't know that you're annoyed. So that's the two, like a really basic example that I can come up with to share what the difference between the physical being everything's okay to the non-physical being it's not that okay actually.
And we just finished talking about the 5G network and how you're driving down the road and everything's really good. But behind the scenes, energetically, something's trying to rip you from your body.
Yeah, pretty much. That's another example.
Yeah.
That's a really good example. Yeah, it's the two different worlds that happen here physically and on an energetic or behind the scenes level. And a lot of us don't realize what's actually going on. Because to me, a lot of it is mental thought. Because in my perception, AI construct, this is a game reality, everything is a mental perception. And they do say, even in the New Age community, you can change things with your mind. Like you can change everything in a split second with changing your mind as well. It is along those lines. Physically, everything looks beautiful and amazing, but sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on the situation.
Yeah, well, in different parts of the world, physically they're going through a lot of stuff, like, China's going through a lot of stuff at the moment, and America, and there's a lot of countries like on many levels doing it really tough. So that's on the physical arena. So I guess we've got to establish that. But if you're just having a normal day-to-day life and everything's pretty okay, there's definitely other things playing out that you don't know about. Yeah,
that's exactly it. For a good example is we want to be able to create what we want to be able to create, and on a physical level, and we've been working on it on an energetic level as well, that we want to create here in this physical reality a life full of joy and a life that we want to create. However, saying that, and that's what we are working on, but behind the scenes on an energetic level, we have no idea what's going on, because we want to create what we want to create, but we also feel blocked at the same time to create what we want to create.
Yeah, so for example, that's a really good thing you bring up, because for example, with what you were saying, there's been a lot of work done where we're renting on this block of land, and we could sense and feel, and we've had a little bit of support on helping to clear it to move, so things can flow.
Yeah.
And we've just recently found out that everything's been really in lockdown.
Yeah.
There's not as much energy flow than what we thought, but physically, there's nothing going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Physically, for example, there was a vortex in our garden. And
we just found that out.
We just discovered that there was a vortex in the garden. And we believe, and this is only our perception, that the weather over our area was also controlled by this device, this portal, this vortex, this ring, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, another word for it we found out was a cyclotron.
That one as well.
And
That's
a cool word for it.
It is a cool word for it, because it was raining non-stop and the energy just seemed really heavy. And we had no idea that it was actually, there was like a vortex there or a cyclotron there or something along those lines. And then we discovered that also my necklace, my ring, hematite ring, was also connected to it. The reason why I bring this up is because our backyard garden is flourishing.
That's true.
Our garden is always flourishing, even during winter, because I think they're called evergreens or something along those lines. But when spring comes, the backyard is pink flowers, pink everywhere. It's just stunning. We've also got a mandarin tree there as well, and we spoke about the mandarin tree, how it just keeps flourishing since we've been here. However, saying that, so the backyard looks beautiful, but then we discovered that there's actually a vortex on another level that's actually suppressing the energy. So that's also another difference between what it might look beautiful, the garden, but there's actually something that's holding it back or holding us back. Yeah,
the more you can observe and see, and if you're a little bit clairvoyant, or you're an empath, you can feel things. If you can take yourself out of what you physically see, because that's the illusion at the end of the day, it's behind all that on different levels where that's the stuff that's playing out. It's like learning how to clear that out. And thank you for the support that we had about the cyclotron and that energy. We do appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you and love you.
Yeah.
That's the big kicker. So for where we're learning to step forward, we're understanding that physically everything's good, but there's all this undercurrent of crap that is going on to not support us moving forward, to a point where we were talking about manifestation just before, and knowing there's no reason why we can't manifest. Yet it's become like pulling teeth now.
It has become like pulling teeth. Just for me, I just want to quickly go back to the backyard thing. When we broke down this vortex thing, the weather actually cleared up.
Shifted.
Everything shifted. It was supposed to be raining non-stop, and it was actually blue skies for about 3-4 days. Yeah. And when it did actually start to rain, it had that smell.
And I didn't recognise that until you said it, and I went, oh, geez, you're right. It smells like rain.
Like actual proper rain. And then today it rained again, but it didn't have that heavy, dense feeling. And I remember saying to you that it's interesting that we cleared this energy. Everything is clear. However, how come we haven't been able to create what we wanted to create?
Yeah, because we start talking about scripting, and because we have an understanding that it's a big possibility you come in, when you're reincarnated, you come in with a script, you get given a script. I believe that's possibly you have that script for like many lifetimes, not just one. And part of our script is to be throwing us back on a pathway that is not what our choosing is.
Well, I think it really depends on the person. Because some people have really awesome scripts. Like if you're a painter, like an artist painter, you think that's what you're meant to be doing, but it's actually a script.
Yeah. Well, some people get really good scripts.
Yeah.
And some people are, not quite.
Not the greatest.
Not so much.
No.
So I guess we're saying if you can tune in, if there's a lot of stuff going on around you and everything appears to be okay, there's a guarantee that there's a lot of things playing out behind the scenes.
To give you an example of the kind of scripts that we're talking about, if you look at your star sign or zodiac sign, that's actually a really good script for your personality. Everyone has it. Everyone.
Everybody's got a star sign.
Everyone's got a star sign. Everyone's got a moon, north, and whatever you want to call it. All your charts, that is pretty much your script.
Part of your script.
Yeah.
And then your name is a really important part of the script as well.
Yeah, we discovered about the numerology as well. Your name comes down to a number, and that number will actually represent whatever energy you've come in with. that's a script too. So we're actually starting to understand that on other levels, things might not appear what they appear to be on the physical.
No, the physical is very basic.
Yeah.
It's everything else that's beyond that.
Yeah. And I know we're talking to a lot of people that do understand this, and they're probably thinking, okay, Alison and Jason, you're not saying anything new that we might not understand. However, what we're trying to say is that there's more going on behind the scenes than the normal new age stuff. Yeah. And just be mindful and be aware of what's going on behind the scenes. And if you can, try to figure it out. Yeah,
exactly. Just going back to the Sluckatron energy again, we have a lot of helicopters that fly over. And remember the other day, helicopters felt like 2 days straight, off and on.
Yeah.
And the energy and the frequency was just crazy. Remember that?
That's right. I remember it was almost like there was a helicopter hovering over our house. I remember that, and I said to you, because I was starting to feel really queasy.
Yeah, we both felt not good.
Yeah, and I put on my cap. I actually put on my cap, and as soon as I put on my cap, it was like the helicopter left.
Oh, that's right, took off.
Yeah, and we both got that it was some kind of frequency that this is what we think.
Yeah, this is what we think.
It's all our perception. This is all our perception. What we believe or felt that they were actually emitting some kind of fear frequency or some kind of suppression frequency. And as soon as I put my cap on, it just pretty much left, and the energy lifted. Like it was
still wasn't good, but it was better.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but it was better than the helicopter being around. And that's happened quite a few times since we actually got rid of the energetic thing in the background, in the backyard. A lot of even the helicopters have shifted.
Yeah, everything's shifted a lot. Yeah, and the weather thing is the most fascinating thing for me.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that the weather changed pretty much straight away.
Yeah. The dark city aspect of everything became a lot lighter.
Yeah, exactly. Going back to changing everything on an energetic level, still on a physical level, I think what I'm trying to say is that, and I might be going off topic here, what we try to manifest doesn't always happen, but why not? Why can't it happen in a blink of an eye? Why does it have to take a particular time? And don't shoot me because I might be, saying something that people don't like. Why does it always have to happen in divine time? Why is it always in divine time? That's pretty much saying, to me, right at this moment, it's kind of been a bit of a cop-out.
Maybe because that script is all the script that you have. It's not ready for that part of the script or part of the play or movie to play out yet. Therefore, you're actually not manifesting really, are you? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, then that's a good point.
Because we're talking about, because this is all connected, everyone, it's all a tapestry. You think you got the thought of wanting to, I want to manifest we're talking about, like a new car, for example. But you had that thought in your head. What if that thought of wanting to get a new car was already in the script and it was ready to play out, thinking it's your thought, and you saying, I'm going to manifest a new car, and the only reason you do is because it's in your script.
Yeah, that's a big possibility. And I know we've spoken about manifestation a lot in one of our videos, but this is just something new that we've discovered, and we can't be who we are without questioning. We have to question. You have to question everything, because if you don't question, you may never find the answer. So we're not saying that manifestation doesn't happen. We're just trying to look at it from a different perspective.
Yeah, from our experience for the last few months, say.
Yeah.
We've worked really hard, and it's like, because we are really good at manifesting.
Yeah.
We are good at creating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're really creative people.
Yeah.
I mean, here we are on our third YouTube. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we don't have any problems with creating ideas.
Ideas just keep coming to create all the time.
Just what we're experiencing. It's just really fascinating to start to go into a little bit deeper and go, hang on a minute, am I really manifesting? Are people really manifesting? Or is it just part of their script?
Well, that's exactly it. So that is a really good question. Do you really love mechanics and want to be a mechanic, or is it part of your script and you don't really understand it? Do you want to be a healer? Like you have this innate feeling to be a healer, but is it actually part of your script?
Yeah.
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 And we're not saying scripts are not all scripts are bad. Like we said before, there are scripts that are amazing. If you're having a beautiful life and you really enjoy what you're doing, then I am so rooting for you. However, there's quite a few people out there that might be thinking, well, life's a bit unfair because they're not able to actually create or do what they want to do.
Again, this is really bubby surface stuff. We're trying to just put out basic stuff just so people can have a think, or there might be something they go, oh yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I'm going through something similar, and maybe didn't understand. It's not maybe about them. It's the script or the stuff playing out, because there's a lot of energies out there that will stop people, block people as well, even if you are on script and doing manifesting stuff that's on your script, but still not able to play out as easily because there's other energies at play to stop you from not manifesting that as well. So it's all this breakdown of illusion behind the scenes that we are needing to tap more into. And it's good that if you're a bit intuitive or a bit clairvoyant and you can feel things and start to train yourself to go underneath the surface, which looks fine, but it's not.
And I'm going back to the heart space again, being able to intuit through your heart space, your true heart space kind of thing. Because sometimes what we perceive in our minds might not actually be true, but you know, sometimes it is true. It's true for the person who's having the experience as well. But yeah, going back to the heart, for some reason we need to go back to our heart space to really understand what is going on, and perhaps that would actually give us some idea on what is happening with you as well.
Because we also did a podcast on the matrix reflects back as well.
Yeah.
Having a frequency and stuff like that.
At a really good level.
Yeah. But the key is to be at that good level all the time.
Yeah, so I guess, again, it depends on the person's script. Like, we love this artist, Jonas, and unfortunately, he's no longer living.
No, he passed away, I think it was last year.
Or the year before or something. We just discovered him, and he is absolutely amazing, as an amazing artist. Well, I don't know if his whole life was full of joy.
He's done it. Yeah, he did it hard.
He's done it pretty tough, but you could see that his script was all about art and he just loved it. And because he loved it, I think everything flowed for him because he actually loved it. Yeah, he probably did it tough trying to build his name up and stuff like that.
Because he was quite old.
Yeah. I think he started doing portraits when he was young or something.
Yeah, on the street or doing portraits for people, and got into the fine arts.
So, but I think because he loved it so much, he was just able to be in that love bubble. But not everyone gets a chance to love what they're doing. They only do it because they have to pay the bills. Yeah,
forced to do something, which is the game and the illusion really of it all. Yeah, it's a really interesting one, because we won't sound like we don't know what we're talking about. We're just, I guess, expressing it out there for what we're working on at the moment. And hopefully with what we're trying to nut out, it might just help everybody else just rethink for themselves as well with, well, maybe they've got a point there, you know. Why isn't things really working out? Physically, everything's okay. Yet still things aren't working out. I'm trying to manifest and I'm trying to do this. Why can't I do that? What's the issue? Because I know that there's a lot of gurus out there making a lot of money for giving tips and tricks on how to do it.
And has it actually really worked?
Well, most people, I don't believe it has.
We might seem like we're jumping all over the place.
But that's our conversations though too.
If you get a chance to listen underneath, it is actually all linked together. It might seem a bit twisted, but a great word is entangled. Unfortunately, it is all entangled and all ties in together as well. Yeah,
we've been working on the entanglements for a while now, and it's just not entangled with people, but situations, places, expressions of selves, playing out different things which might be good or not good. So there's a lot to it. So it's all undercurrent. Everything's like, I guess I'm getting the showing, like when you go to the beach and you got the ocean, everything's good. And then you go for a dive and there's fish and there's sharks and there's whales and there's,
a whole different game down there. Yeah.
And I guess I'm getting that's what's really playing out here in our arena, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a really good visual. It's a really good visual.
It's like we need to learn to better jump into it and see what really is going on.
Yeah.
And maybe to be able to move forward, as we've been working on a lot, is to clear and fix and understand things underneath what we see physically, to clear things, which we've been doing, but unfortunately not everybody knows how to do that. So that's a great visual. The surface looks pretty calm, and then you go down and there's a whole different world down there. I heard that this is the illusionary matrix, and there's this other one which is more real, but to us this is real. I mean, I'm tapping my hat, it's pretty real. My right ear gets itchy.
But if you go into a dream state, how real is the dream state that you're in? Because when you're in a dream, sometimes that is real.
Yeah, lucid. When you're lucid in the dream, it's like you are. You feel like you can feel everything. So then why wouldn't this be a dream as well? Yeah, good point. There's a lot to learn.
There's a lot to know.
Be nice to be able to know a lot more.
It would be nice to be able to know a lot more. I'm kind of over the whole 1 foot at a time kind of thing. It'd be nice for everything just to flow for everyone. For everyone in a positive direction, just so that everyone can live a really awesome life. It would be nice.
That's a great goal.
Yeah, it is. Anything else that you would like to share with everyone?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's probably a lot more, but at the moment, we just sort of jumped on this with the seat of our pants and thought, well, just see how we go and see what comes up. So, no, I'm all good. You good?
Yeah, I'm all good. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. We hope that our conversation today has enlightened you. And
if not, you just giggled and said, get off the medication.
And you were able to get some light bulb moments as well. And we'll catch you in the next one.
We'll catch you in the next one.
We will catch you in the next one.
Thanks for tuning in.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.